Welcome to Texas. Today I am here with Emma, Double E Ranch, and oh yeah, hi Emma.
Hey.
Say hello. We are gonna do some branding today, so I'm gonna bring you guys along and show you what that process looks like. I've been told that we've got calves of all sizes, so we're gonna be doing a little bit of roping, and I'll talk you through kind of why and what is happening, so that you guys can see what the day in the life of a cowboy branding event looks like. First thing in the morning, bright and early, after we have breakfast, scrambled eggs, coffee, bacon, the works, we're gonna load up this trailer so we can go get horses. We're also gonna load up what they call the cattle pot. This is where you put the branding irons into the fire in order for them to get hot. Then we hit the road to head to the ranch. I'm always fascinated by a Cowboys playlist, and I gotta be honest, I did not expect this song, but it's kind of a banger. We're at the Anchor V Ranch in the panhandle of West Texas, and this is definitely cattle country. It's nothing but flat crop ground, grass, wind energy, and oil. It's also not as warm as I was thinking. We got down to 20 degrees last night, which is why Emma has these blankets on her horse, but she's gonna take them off because we've got a busy day ahead. I'm gonna let her explain. Can you can talk and saddle at the same time?
I can, yeah.
I didn't know if you could do that. You are blonde.
I know. Well, it takes a little extra effort.
Hi there, girl. So, first step in the morning is what? We're saddling up.
Yep, so just brush them down, get any kind of dirt or debris that could bother them, especially under the saddle pad. If they're outside, pick their feet, just get any rocks out of there. And then versus the saddle pad, which is this whole number right here. She's got two on. She's got a base layer underneath, and then she's got a secondary thinner pad up top. This is a roping saddle. Right here is this rubber, helps grab that rope. And I have actually not ridden in this saddle yet, so I'll probably have to adjust the length on these, but...
Stirrup.
Yes.
This is where your feet go.
Yep, stirrup, fenders. Ooh.
This is spicy.
It's cold, so everyone's gonna be, or at least this one's gonna be a little fresh.
Why is that?
Makes them feel good. It's kind of like, it makes, like the opposite of when we get stiff, when we get cold. We kind of just seize up with them.
They're fresh.
They just get, yeah, the terminology would be fresh. And they just are very excited to go. Can't sit still, obviously.
Sweet.
So, and this one, she's actually never been roped off of, so.
Oh, so this will be fun.
This will be, yeah, she's a cow horse, so.
So you're getting them saddled up, going out. First step is what? Collecting.
Get out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we call gathering. So we're gonna go up there, we'll form what we call a string. And so it's a string of cowboys, and we all keep an eye on each other and try to stay in line, and we all try to move as one collected unit, even though there's a lot of distance between us. Then we'll gather the cows in with the calves, sort off the cows and calves. We'll usually give some kind of pour-on, fly spray type of medication to the cows, doctor anything that we see that's up with them, and then we'll start roping calves.
Sweet. I'm excited.
Yeah.
The relationship between a horse and a rider is one of the most important things in the cowboy way of life. It's not like a regular pet. You're using this horse as a tool, and you're literally trusting your life to them. But they're pivotal to working cattle in this country and deserve a lot of respect. But in order to do their job, they need to first get out to the pasture. So we're going to load them up into this trailer. If you've ever seen one of these go by on the road, this is what it looks like on the inside. Once Emma grabs everything she needs from the barn, including her chaps, we're ready to hit the ranch. And this is West Texas. It reminds me a lot of home, open, flat landscapes, the wind turbines even in the background. It's wide open spaces as far as the eye can see. Now we're going to unload these horses. Sometimes horses don't like trailers to load or unload. These horses are pretty used to it. It's a pretty simple process there. Here we are. This is the pasture. We're going to go out there and round up the cows. You can see some wild ones right there. But this is where we'll bring them into this little corral in order to work them. So everybody's getting ready, getting suited up, getting their chaps on, right, buddy? And getting ready to go. Because we're moving the cows and disrupting their day, we want to make sure they've got plenty of fresh water when they get here, so got to break some ice. Now it's time to go round up some cattle. Emma, we're here in the pasture. What in the world is going on?
Yeah, so first right here, this is what we call a jig line. So the idea is for everyone to stay in line with each other. The reason we do this is because the bossman is always going to be at the front of the line. He knows where all the potholes are or any kind of area where a horse might get injured. He's also relaying information. So the order of the jig line kind of tells us where each person will be dropped off at. So as we're riding, we're surveying the land, we're seeing if we see any cattle, and as we keep going on, he's telling us where to stop and he's telling us the plan. So everyone has their own job. Now when we get out by ourselves, there is no cell phone service, and so we have to maintain a perspective of where every person is at. We cannot get out of line, so to speak. So we move together, not only to gather, but to also make sure no cattle are left behind. And as you can see up here, now we have the cattle gathered, and my job is to make sure the cattle do not break loose and go down into that valley that we just came out of. So every person, as you can see, we're keeping in line with each other, we holler out at each other, and we're making sure and working together as a team to make sure everybody's there.
Once the cows are close enough to the corral and all rounded up, they use the trucks to form a type of funnel. With the fence line on one side and the trucks on the other, they can actually funnel them into this corral so that they can start the sorting process. It's funny with cattle, there always seems to be a lead cow, and once she figures out where to go without having the least amount of pressure, she'll lead the other ones in. And as you can see, once she's figured out where to go, the rest tend to follow. But of course, you've got your stragglers in the back, and what's really moving this herd is the cowboys who are in the rear. And what they're doing is applying pressure on the back end so that all these cows at the back are pushing on those in the front to continue moving forward. Now that they're in the corral, this is where the real fun begins. And right now it's a pretty crowded party. What we're going to do is separate the mama cows from the female cows in order to work both herds separately. Now we're sorting. He's going in there, he's separating temporarily the moms from the calves so that we can doctor the calves and the moms don't go after them. So she's using that gate there. She wants just the moms to get through just like that, but then stop that little white baby from getting in. So let the cows, so it's all about pressure. You want to apply some pressure, but not too much. You don't want them getting crazy, just enough to separate them off. So over here, we got all the mamas, and then the goal is to get all the calves in this pen then. We've got the calves and the cows sorted. I just saw you carry this thing over here. What are we doing next?
Yep, so now that we've got the cows out, what we'll do is we'll find a dry spot, move all these calves off to one side, and one at a time we'll go over, rope the calves, bring them to people who will hit them with some medicine like blackleg. And then this is a Brandon iron right here. So we'll take a propane and we'll basically warm this up where this is hot. And then part of this is we'll put it on the hip of these calves, and that's for identification purposes in case any cattle are stolen. We have this, and then also ears. So
like what year the cow is born?
Yeah, so we'll ear notch these. You can do tags, but we'll do ear notches on these.
Sweet. All right, so here we go. The moment we've all been waiting for, the actual branding itself. This is a time-honored tradition of roping and dragging to the fire. The goal is to rope both back feet so that you can drag it out so that the cowboys can work on this safely, and keep that rope tight so that you can see the cow is kicking around a little bit. You don't want those back legs to knock somebody out. So that's why you keep those tied down. And here's Emma with the branding iron. She's going to go ahead and brand this calf. Now, depending on the operation, they'll sometimes put it on the back. Most of the time, they put it right on kind of the rump, the hind quarter, just like that. Really fast, really simple. This one's also a bull calf, so they're going to castrate it and give it the medicine. Now, this cowboy's job is to keep the rope tight. Again, you want those back feet to not be able to kick, but once you're done, they loosen it off the back, and that calf is ready to go. It's been doctored, it's been castrated and branded. It's good to go. So, Emma, I keep seeing y'all stick the bull testes, the goodies, on the pot here to fry. Can you explain this cowboy tradition?
So instead of throwing the testicles away, instead we fry them up and we eat them as a snack.
Oh, like a cowboy little Debbie.
They're pretty good.
Sounds delicious. Not. What you got there?
It's a little rare, but it'll eat.
How's it taste?
Like a ball.
It doesn't look that appetizing, if I'm being honest.
Have you ate one?
Yeah. Not like
good.
Not like that. I've had them fried.
Oh no, this is
No.
this is how the engines did it.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
This one's got a little dirt on it. That one's ready. Yep. That's good enough. Have at it.
little one. Oh, the little one first.
Huh?
That one can be for me because I love meatballs.
This one's fine. Hold on. I'll save you some. Okay?
Delicious.
Tastes like steak.
Yeah.
It's like you know when you leave cream of wheat in a bowl for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like cream of wheat that's been in a bowl for 2 hours, steak flavored.
Yeah. You sold me.
Solidified steak oatmeal.
Come on, Emma. Now, at this point, you may be wondering, why are you doing this to the calves? Why brand them in the first place? And the answer is branding actually goes back all the way to the Egyptians as a way to identify whose cattle belongs to which ranch. As a non-rancher, it always kind of bothered me when people say it doesn't hurt the calf. I think it definitely has an effect on them, but you have to remember their pain tolerance is totally different than us humans. They can handle so much more pain than we can, and even if they do feel something, after 2 seconds, they get up and act like nothing really happened. I think it's also really important to highlight that the rancher's doing what's best for the calf, because ultimately the rancher's livelihood depends on the health and safety of this calf and how well it performs, which means he's not going to do anything to hurt or jeopardize the calf. Instead, he's got the calf's best interest at heart, and a big part of that is the doctoring and the medicine. So let's hear from Emma on that. So what are we doctoring? Like what medicine are we giving to these calves?
Black lag is just a preventative, and then this Covexin 8 is just CD&T, so again, a preventative.
And you just give them the shot. Where do you stick this?
This goes in the armpit, sub-Q.
Sub-Q. What's sub-Q?
Sub-Q stands for subcutaneous, so it's not in the muscle, it's like right under. So think of like pinching your skin and like an IV. Remember you get an IV, they're not digging in your muscle. We're trying not to hit a vein, but yeah, so just right there.
Nice.
Yeah, so like the armpit's kind of like this part of your skin, so it has a lot more forgiveness. So if that calf moves, you're less likely to get in the muscle.
So in order to apply this medicine, you use these little gun things.
Yep. So when you have multiple,
Here, we'll just see it up close. So this is how you apply it. This is a syringe gun.
Correct. So this is an automatic dose gun. So as soon as I hit it, well, that's not very helpful. So what we do is we put a needle right here, and then this is the dosage for cc's. So every time I hit, that's automatically dosing.
While Emma does her job, I want to talk about castration for a little bit, because there's actually 2 reasons that you would castrate a calf. The first is that it makes the animal a lot safer to be around for humans and other bulls. If you have a lot of testosterone in bulls, there's more bruising, more fighting, and more injuries. Steers are much more docile to other cows and to people. The second thing is that less testosterone leads to better meat. It's actually more tender, and the fat quality is totally different, so you get a different beef product. But enough on that, let's get back to the doctoring.
Here you go.
So it's dosing.
Yeah, this is automatic dosing. So instead of taking a syringe and pulling back 2 cc's every time, as soon as you hit this plunger pushes it up. So this tells you the total cc's that are in the drench or in this gun. Then every time you hit whatever number it is that you need, that plunger pushes all the way up until you run out. And to reload, you just pull this button and pull back.
Sweet. Let's see how fast this process goes. Not a lot of time in between each branding. That all depends on this cowboy right here, or cowgirl. Emma caught a couple. Depending on how fast they're able to catch one and drag it. So the better your cow hand is with a rope, the faster this process goes. And you know, today we're only doing like 50, 60, but if you've got a couple hundred to do in a day, you really need this person to be as efficient as possible. And just like that, they're done. Well, that's pretty much all there is to it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys learned a little bit about branding. If you have any questions about it, obviously this was a very basic video, but we'd love to dive into the details in the comments if you got any. Until next time, we'll see you further down the road on this trip to Texas.